Today is July 1st, Canada Day, and it's also the day when my love finally finished my garden and my fence. So we actually tried to finish it last week. However, his compressor went out, but today we borrowed a compressor from the neighbor and we're able to finally finish the fence. There are still a few things unfinished, like I want to have an edge or a ledge or whatever you will call it, a lip on all of the boxes, but that can come next year. And I think for that reason he left some edges here unfinished with the wire, but the fence is up, and this destroyer monkey cannot any longer get inside my garden and step all over my plants. So here she is. That's what she looks like. So we're gonna do a little tour because I want to remember this as the very first day that I have my first ever dream enclosed walled-in garden, and she's already growing. So let's just kind of go over everything, see how things are growing. My two sunflowers, these are snag seed sunflowers, so they're gonna grow quite big. I planted them a few weeks ago. Now this is one of the oldest beds now, as in it's been planted weeks ago, versus this one and that one have only been planted for the past, I would say, 2 weeks, or perhaps we're on a third week now. But here things are going for quite a few weeks. We have a few rows of carrots here, and a chamomile made a comeback. I was so worried because most of them kind of look like this, although this one is coming back as well. And I actually don't even have room for all of my chamomile. I've been harvesting quite a bit, and I have to go in today and do a lot of harvesting. I have it in a bag here, and I have more chamomile right here, and I actually also still have some in that big old mess. There's some chamomile in grow bags over there. Some of the tomatoes that I got from the soil provider who tried to compensate me for the issues I had. Oh, look at the bumblebee on the porridge. So this is a Brad's Atomic Grape, and there's quite a few tomatoes on here. This one as well, Whippersnapper. Never had any of these tomatoes. There's a pink fang, and I don't remember even what this is. This is one of mine. This is Arctic Plenty. I have a teddy bear sunflower here, and I have 3 different winter squashes here, and I love how this one is already making its way up the fence. So I'm gonna get that. They're all 3 different type of winter squash. So that one I'm gonna make it go up the fence that way and maybe even out, and then this one is gonna go up this fence here. I also have loofah here, so I have one over here, and then I actually grew 2 seeds. So the second one I just gonna transplanted, so it had a setback because of that. So I'm gonna let it grow up this fence. 3 more of my tomatoes here. They have to be very tight because I had no idea that all of them are gonna make a comeback. So now I have way too many tomatoes for what I know to do with it, but good problem to have. I'm gonna figure out a way to freeze and cook and do all kinds of preservation. So purple beans, what are they called? Velour, over here, and then more beans here. I have a suspicion that I must have mixed up the seeds because I thought I only had 5 or 6 plants that were pole beans here, and as you can see, this one is starting to finally make its way up. I've been waiting for them, and I thought all of these are bush beans, but then this here, and then this here, and then this here. Look like maybe I have mixed up some of my seed, and then I have no idea why this one is such a nice and dark green color and so much bigger than everything else. I'm pretty sure there's two different type of bush beans mixed in here that I've had like since growing in Edmonton, and this must be one of them. So I have no idea why it grew a different color entirely. No clue at all. And then the only new one is the pole bean, which I never grew in Edmonton because I didn't have a space for it. And also the purple bean. This is new as well. Okra, on this side here, I have some that I started from seed at home, and then I have, which are the bigger ones, and then I have some that just planted straight in a garden here. So we'll see which one's the better. And the reason why I did it is because, as an example, this one was getting really attacked by aphids, and it was so far isolated just to this plant, so I figure I'll leave it as like a bug trap. But I'm starting to see a little bit of aphids also on other ones, so I have no idea. I've never grown okra, so I'm just silo Chucky. It's okay. People walking by on the street. Anyway, we'll see how these grow. Total experiment and totally new to me to grow okra, so it is what it is. We'll see how things go. I'm pretty sure this is another teddy bear sunflower here. Now, let's have a look at this huge pepper. So this is the red bullhorn. Yeah, I have quite a few of these here, and this is like the biggest one ever. So super exciting. All my peppers seem to be doing good. A lot of them have baby fruit, a lot of them have lots of flowers, and a lot of them are just pushing out, but they will have lots of buds, as you can see here. So just waiting for all of that to develop. The marigolds, all of these are planted from seed. My marigolds, all of these are my tomatoes. There's Roma, there's Mortgage Lifter. These are Romas. This is Brandywine, or Brandywine, whatever they're called. Let's see, Brandy. I can't tell, Brandywine. Sungold. We had a few that we already picked. And probably an Arctic Plenty over here. Those are all the varieties that I had seeds from last year and the year before even that I grew in Edmonton. In the bags I have mint. I've harvested it 2 or 3 times already, as a matter of fact, for tomorrow's my birthday, and I got myself a food dehydrator. So once again, I harvested a bunch of basil and mint. The previous round, I noticed that it was taking forever for it to dry in the house because we have quite moist air being here by the seaside. So I decided to get a dehydrator to preserve my herbs, among other things, in the future. So I just harvested a big bowl of mint. It almost doesn't look like it, but I did. And basil and oregano, and it's all in the dehydrator right now. So we'll see how that goes. First time ever. Huge eggplants. And it's so interesting that some of them, like this one, doesn't really have any of the spikes. Oh, I actually felt some on the back. Also, it has little spikes just on the spine. And then this one just has lots of spikes, even on the flower. Actually, this is a leaf, but there's a flower. It's very interesting how they grow. Like over there's a flower. Many spikes. I wonder why. Very interesting. Amaranth made a comeback because they all were just struggling. I planted them way too soon. And so they were just like very little struggling plants that already went to seed, and I didn't know what's going to happen with that. Like, this is a good example. But they started throwing all these side shoots. So this is like, it grew, like it started growing flowers already. It's still at home because I started so early. But then they started all growing side shoots, and yeah, like this one, I actually had to cut off a few side shoots because it was taking over my dill. having a hard time growing dill this year, so this is the only one that I have right now that I'm gonna need, because this is a lot of cucumbers here that we're gonna need dill for to make pickles. And here's another example of my purple snake amaranth. Unbelievable. I'm in love with my garden this year. I've harvested so much stuff already. These bunching onions planted from seed straight in here. More peppers. There's nice green pepper here. Lots of parsley, which I love. Let's see, so we covered the eggplant. The cucumbers are growing insane, and actually they're like spreading all over the place. So there's a couple of shoots that are gonna go up these bamboo sticks here because they just don't have enough space on the trellis. I do have 2 cantaloupe here, so I've been sort of cutting off some of the cucumber leaves just to give these cantaloupes a chance to grow up. So hopefully we get to have cantaloupe. They're very set back. As you can see, they're quite small, but we'll see how things go. Cucumber, more dill. I have a couple of watermelons here. This here is a sugar baby. This here is a Jubilee, and one more Jubilee should be over here. So again, I planted 2 seeds and I transplanted, kept one where it was and transplanted one just as an experiment to see if it will grow. So it's growing here. It's kind of set back, and as you can see, I'm cutting off the leaves of the zucchini, just trying to uncover these watermelons so they have some light. And I planted the last seedling over there. We'll go there in a moment. Yeah, the zucchini is a new kind that I'm growing. It's kind of like misshapen. I'm used to growing different type, I guess, or maybe it's because I was growing in bags in a different climate. They grew differently, but this one is growing huge, so I can't wait to harvest it. We'll see how things go. More eggplant here. This is still the same bed. English cucumber over there, and some carrot seedlings here. Alright, so moving on. Oh, and here like interplanted some calendula and marigold, oregano, and basil, all in between my peppers and tomatoes, as well as alyssum, and some flowers here. So phlox, sweet peas, and as usual, I love sticking nasturtium seeds wherever I can find a spot, because why not? Another row of my tomatoes that made a comeback. That all of these tomatoes, I thought they were gone. I don't even remember if I made a video when they were all pretty much looking completely finished, and they all made a comeback, like insane comeback. This is a sun gold here, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, sun gold. And I think we got a mortgage lifter here. There's just so many. I've been trying to come around and cleaning up some of the bottom leaves and just cutting them off, because like it's a jungle in here. Look at all my peppers. And more flowers, more on the way. We got spinach that's gone to flower. I've been harvesting quite a bit of it, and I actually planted more spinach seeds in that bed. Unfortunately, some birdies really like it and they keep eating my seedlings. I have quite a bit of bird pressure here in this garden. They keep attacking my seedlings, and I have to figure something out, whether it's the time when I plant it or I just need to cover them, because yeah, I keep losing seedlings here. But I also have so much growing that I'm not complaining. Anyway, a ton of tomatoes. These 2 bags are empty. I'm trying to figure out what to plant in it. I'm actually converting a few more bags, and I'm gonna keep bringing them in. I have a ton of seedlings that are that can go in them, or just stay in the little pots until I have some more room in a garden for succession sowing whenever any room frees up. Here's I think this is one of those yellow banana peppers. I might be wrong. It's suffered in a little pot for very long, and I'm not sure if this is why it has these dark markings, or it just might be the way it grows, but I'm pretty sure that's what this one is. I may be wrong though, because I had so many peppers. I grew so many peppers that I just did not have enough labels for all of them. So yeah, so it's a guessing game at this point. I have some sunflowers. These are all edible seeds, snack seed, or not sure if I had a couple of different kinds. More peppers, lots of peppers. So these are, yeah, all of these plants took the longest in little pots. Some of them, like even these tomatoes, these are the tomatoes that I got from the soil provider, and they almost completely finished in those little containers. I didn't realize how root bound they were, so I thought I was watering good, but I guess I wasn't, because the water just wasn't penetrating into all of the roots. So, but they are making comebacks, so all good there. And I also have some more basil, and I have some cucumbers that I'm gonna allow to grow up the fence, and I have zucchini here closer to the middle, because I do like my zucchini. That's pretty much it for this bed. Now, ground cherry is another thing that's just growing insane, and I've been cutting back some of the branches just because they were overtaking these peppers here, and I have peppers growing. There's some radishes stuck in there. I don't know, they're not getting any sunlight, so I'm not sure. I don't have much hope for them. More basil, of course. These ones, I had a marigold here, so I just took it out, planted it somewhere else so that I can allow this ground cherry to just kind of spill out. There's a calendula buried here. Might have to transplant this one out as well. Lemongrass, have to figure out what to do with it. Peas are getting attacked by birds. They were doing fine until they reached this level, and I think the birds just sit on this ledge and they just keep snacking at the shoots. So that's what's happening here. Unfortunately, it is what it is. I'll have to have the cover on for longer next year, I guess, or maybe later in the season if I choose to plant some more. Hopefully, heard on this video, my husband is running a stall at the moment. Anyway, more parsley. I keep chopping it for food all the time. I keep harvesting it. There's more parsley that I have here in this bed and over there. I love parsley. Same as thyme, and then oregano I've got in a dehydrator right now. I've also harvested a lot of calendula. I keep doing it together with all these chamomile, and keep drying it at home, and just we're gonna store it for. We add calendula petals to rice, and then chamomile is for tea. Another sunflower here, some more peppers that just need more time, although this one is growing a green pepper here. This is a volunteer. It's technically not. Somehow the seed must have gotten in when I was planting these sunflowers. These are all planted from seed, and I don't know how it happened that this tomato ended up together with the sunflowers, but since I found it, I decided to keep it. Because I didn't have much dill, I planted some more from seed here, but like I said, I haven't had much luck with dill this year. Perhaps it's because my seed is just too old. So for next year, definitely I'm gonna buy new seed, unless I'm keeping my own seed. I'm not sure if I will, because yeah, I wish I had way more dill. Maybe that's what I should do today. Maybe I should like figure out all my packets of seeds and plant some more dill. See if that works. some more sweet banana peppers growing here. I harvested the big ones that I had in the other bed last week or so. I cooked it with chicken. It was so delicious. And I already started new kale seeds and cabbage and Swiss chard. And Swiss chard is getting completely leveled by some critters. This is just leftover because we just finished the fencing today and we had these leftovers. So I thought I'll try it and see if that protects it. I know the little birds can just squeeze in here, but maybe just seeing this, they just will be too scared to go into what's looking like a cage. We'll see what happens, because like they're also going after kale, so I'm having a hard time with vegetable seedlings here, but I'll figure it out. Oh, and how cute is this? On the side of the road I found some pots. I saw some pots as we were driving to the beach, and they were just hanging baskets, and just that morning I was saying how I need more hanging baskets, and I saw people they left it on a curb on the way to the beach and just next to their acreage. So we stopped, I picked it up, and then I found those rocks in them, and they left those rocks, I guess, so that the baskets don't get blown out by the wind onto the street. And yeah, so this was a pleasant surprise. That's about it. That's the garden right now on July 2nd. I'm very excited. I feel very blessed that I have this. So grateful to my husband for building it for me. Here's a view of the deck. And yeah, that's where we are until next video.